Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Vintage Update. I am your host, Luke Force, bringing you all of the top stories in the world of professional wrestling for August 20th, 2011. And we are expected to be joined anytime now by my co-host, the great Commissioner Sean Cunningham. But he has not called yet, so I guess he will be joining us in progress as we do this August 20th, 2011 episode of Vintage Update. Let's get right into the top stories in the world of professional wrestling. The August 18th episode of Impact Wrestling scored a 1.05 cable rating, down from the 1.07 the week before. It was the lowest rating of the program since June 9th and second lowest rating of 2011. This next story brought to us by our friends at Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Former WWE and WCW superstar Bill Goldberg has been teasing that he'll be returning to the ring later this year. It appears Goldberg's decision to return will take place in the African Congo. Goldberg recently shot a promotional video on an October show in the African Congo billed as the Rumble in the Jungle 2, playing up the legendary Rumble in the Jungle championship boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman back in 1974. During the promo video, Goldberg says that the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo is backing the event and helped convince him to come out of retirement. Several other big names that are being promoted for the show include Chris Jericho, Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, MVP, who has been over in Japan, Matt Hardy, Shawn Daivari, Shelton Benjamin, and the rumored opponent for Goldberg, this coming out today, is Batista. This next story comes to us from PWInsider.com. Louis Ignacio, the original Sin Cara, is eligible to resume performing since his 30-day suspension for a first violation of the company's wellness policy expired on Tuesday. Louis Ignacio's future, however, with the organization still remains in doubt. As we talked about last week on the show, developmental talent Hunico assumed the character at this week's and last week's SmackDown tapings, and there is talk within the company that this may be a permanent move, as company officials have been reportedly very sour on Louis Ignacio due to his performances and attitude. Now, something interesting that I learned this week regarding this story is the fact that Hunico, before coming to FCW, was a wrestler in Mexico under the name of Mystico. Now, I know many of you out there are thinking, no, Luke, you got this wrong. It's Louis Ignacio, the original Sin Cara, that was Mystico. You're right. Louis Ignacio was Mystico. However, there was another Mystico in another promotion in Mexico. And that Mystico was played by the guy that is now playing Sin Cara. That being Hunico from FCW. So just kind of an interesting twist there in that story, that there was originally talk that the original Sin Cara will be coming back once his 30-day suspension is up, and that he will be engaging in a feud with Hunico, and it will be almost a Sin Cara versus Sin Cara feud. So kind of some interesting fuel to that fire, the fact that Hunico was Mystico at the same time that Mystico was Mystico, the original Mystico, if that makes any sense at this point. And both men were not necessarily very pleased with one another, and probably felt like each one of them ripped each other off, because the gimmick started in two different promotions around the same time. So, an interesting story. It'll be very intriguing to see if the original Sin Cara does come back, and if they do engage in this Sin Cara versus Sin Cara feud. As everyone is now aware, Kevin Nash is back in the WWE. Championship Wrestling CWI out of Canada announced on Thursday that Kevin Nash has been pulled from their 2011 East Coast Invasion Tour due to his obligations with the WWE. Linda Hogan insinuated this week that Hulk Hogan carried on with an intimate relationship with his longtime friend Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The ex-wife of the Hulkster appeared on the Matty P's Radio Happy Hour. Okay, I don't know what that is, but she was on the Matty P Radio Happy Hour and pitched her recently released memoir, Wrestling the Hulk, My Life Against the Ropes. Sounds like the best book since Diana Hart's book. One question emailed into the show asks, do you believe that Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake ever had an intimate relationship? Linda Hogan had this to say: wow, let me think about how to answer this so I don't end up getting a lawsuit. A little birdie told me, yes, they did. Hulk Hogan responded to Linda's remarks via Twitter and said that he feels sorry for his ex-wife. This is a quote from the Hulkster. Feel sorry for Linda Hogan. I can't believe how low a person will go. even to lie, to hurt others just to stay in her perverted spotlight. She will have to answer to the power upstairs for her evil lifestyle. I can only pray for her. What a wasted life. God bless. You know what? Fuck this. Okay. I've been waiting now for about 3 hours for my co-host, the co-founder, quote unquote, of this great enterprise of wrestling audio revolution, vintage update. Okay? My co-host, I guess, doesn't want to call me back. I guess my co-host doesn't want to come to work. I guess my co-host has some kind of problem with the way that I've been acting lately. Well, you know what? I don't know how else to put it. I have come on this program and I have said to the world, I am sorry for my actions. I would like to move forward, and nothing like this will ever happen again. I've said that. I'm a man of my word. Okay? So when I come on this station and I tell you something, you can take that to the bank. But my co-host, the co-founder, which is a complete fucking work, okay? I founded this fucking show. I founded Wrestling Audio Revolution. I do all the editing. I put all the videos together. I'm in control of the media here. You can't win. Sean? So if you think you're just going to now avoid me, you're just not going to call me back even though you know this is the day we do the show. And I guess you think that that's going to be just fine and I'm just going to let that fly and there will be no consequences for your actions. Well, I got news for you, buddy. There is consequences for you standing me up on the air, okay? I was willing to put this behind me. I was willing to not ever bring this up on the air again. You did this to me. You forced my hand in this. Okay? So if you want to come back to work, then you can come back to work. But until you do, I'm gonna bury your ass. Why? Because I can. Because I do the work around here, Sean. What do? You think that you're carrying the weight? Do you think that this is a 50-50 thing? It's not. I do the work. I should get the credit. But I don't. Because I let you have your spotlight. I let you feel like you're a part of this. I let you feel like it's a 50-50 deal. So don't even come at me with this shit. Don't even try to stand me up when you know we have a taping. Because the bottom line is I will win every time. Why? Because I control this fucking thing. I can make you, I can ruin you, I can destroy you. But I'm not going to do that. Why? Because we still got a show to do. And I won't even bring up the other idiots, the other fucking bags that I have to carry as a part of this program. Although maybe I should, because actually, you know what? How about I just play you the message? How about instead of telling you, I play you the message? This is somebody that was my friend, Sean. This is somebody that I introduced you to. Okay? I brought you into this. And now you're going to do this to me? Now my friend that I introduced to you is going to turn on me and side with you? Fuck it. I'll just play the message. I'll just play you the message and you can hear it for yourself. This is what I have to deal with, Warzone. This is what I have to deal with. My life's work. Staying up late, editing videos, putting together shows, figuring out when the fuck we're going to even do the shows. This is what I have to put up with. This is what I get from as my thanks for all my fucking hard work. Here, take a listen.
Saved message.
Hey Luke, it's Piggy calling. It's August 19th. I know I haven't called you in a while. I haven't been home. I haven't been around the computer in a while. But I got to check my Facebook and Twitter today, and I noticed all these events unfolding on the war pages. I think you're fucking insane for mentioning any of this on the air. It's completely unnecessary. It could have probably actually definitely could have been handled off the air. I think it's disgraceful not only to the show, but to Sean personally. You guys have been friends for a long time. I've been doing podcasts with him longer than you have been with Isaac and I. And it wouldn't have been necessary for us or I'd been involved in any of what's been going on. But you took it upon yourself to air your personal grievances on air and make it everyone's fucking business. I think this is so selfish of you. You're a fucking idiot for making this anyone's but Sean and yourself's business. The videos are beyond disrespectful and should be taken down immediately. And if this continues, I'm not picking sides. I will 100% leave the show. Any other endeavors that you and I have been doing together will immediately end. And any friendship that's left between the two of us will definitely end. You should definitely get your shit together, man, or I'm fucking done.
End of message. Press 4 to replay this message. Press 7 to delete. Press 9 to save.
For those of you that are a little confused what that was that I just played, that was a message I got yesterday from my good buddy, Piggy, the technical producer of our show. His real name's Michael Pignataro. And sounds like my buddy Piggy, who I introduced Sean to, is now going to side with my co-host. Heaven forbid you quit the show and we actually start to sound good for once. How am I even supposed to do anything on a talk radio show when the levels are shit, the mics sound like a tin can, there's a hiss and a hum, Sean's got his finger in his bum, so don't do me any favors, okay? Don't do me any favors and quit the show. Please. And as far as any other endeavors, I've been carrying you in statutory rap for 2 years. Now, for those of you that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, statutory rap is the reason that me and these guys are together, that I carry bags such as Isaac Coney Funk Meadows and Mike Piggy Pignataro. Yes, we started a rap group. Okay? We started a rap group. They didn't know how to fucking rap. I've been rapping my whole life. So what did I do? I opened my own little rap school. I taught them how to rap. I wrote their fucking raps. I did everything for them so that they could be on stage soaking up a little bit of the glory. And again, how do they repay me? With messages like this. With messages like the one you just heard. So Piggy, I've been carrying you in statutory rap, so don't do me any favors and say that any endeavors that we're working on will immediately come to an end. As far as a friendship goes, I have friends. I have friends that I can trust that have been there for me over the years. You ain't one of them. Okay? You're Johnny come lately. I helped you out for the last 2 years so you could have a little bit of shine, so you could get a little bit of pussy, right? But that gimmick's over. If you don't appreciate it, I won't do it. No problem. Statutory rap is done. That's fine. Me and Sean doing this long before you and Isaac were a part of it? Yes, we've been doing this a lot longer. So you need to stay out of it and mind your own business, first of all. And let two men handle it on their own. So that's what I think. And as far as this show you're hearing, Vintage Update, this was something I did for you, Sean. Because you're always complaining that I'm too fucking wacky on the show. You're always saying, I'm not serious enough. How is anyone going to take us seriously when you're always out there goofing around? This was the show where we were going to do hard news. It was going to be no goofing around, no opinion, no chicanery. Just straight, hardcore wrestling journalism. What you want the show to be. This was the bone that I threw you. And what do you do to repay me? You no-show. You no-show. You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to say, Sean, I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Vintage Update.